Good folks, welcome to the end of turn 7, the AM turn on the 19th of December. So we're into the 4th day, probably the quietest day so far. The Germans spending a lot of their time moving their forces up. All these forces around St. Vith using the road towards Bastogne and Hoffelais. The first SS Panzer Corps driving through Stavelot towards sort of just basically west. Some narrow corridors through here that they're using. The Americans voluntarily pulling back up here away from Elsenborn. Still the pocket here. The Americans did manage some desperate defences and some good offensive actions here, which actually managed to eliminate a German unit. The airborne units have been rushed into the line. They're trying to hold sort of the southern side of the American flank against this unexpected success down here. This is slow-moving German infantry, but they are slowly pushing through. And so now the elite, strong defence airborne forces will hopefully hold that line. They do need some help. There aren't enough to hold the whole line. Maybe I can break them down. Maybe that will be enough. A very weak defence of Bastogne and its surrounds. I've rushed some more troops into the area and shifted some forces around from the north. Yeah, you can see some more Americans behind the lines here, and they've set up a nice, I think this is a good defensive position around here. So it's hard. If you watched the last video, there was no American front line. Now we're starting to get some decent defenses in place. Good stack of six, plus 2. We've got a 4 plus 2 there, a 10 plus 2 there. It's defense factor of 12. So it's stabilizing a little bit. Starting to stabilize in the center here, blocking a lot of these roads. As much as possible, and hoping for more reinforcements. There's a decent wave of American reinforcements coming on the next turn, but there's a big stack of German reinforcements arriving as well. The Americans are kind of, when their reinforcements come on, they're rushing them into the center and then finding a place for them. Whereas the Germans are just driving up these roads. It's a lot further for the Germans to go. The Americans can use all these trucks, and the Germans don't have the same luxury. A lot of activity behind the lines with all these sort of German units moving up, sort of in this southwesterly direction towards Bastogne. And as I said, only a few little skirmishes taking place here and there. Nothing big, nothing major, no breakthroughs. Just a long line of traffic along those roads. So that takes us to the end of the 7th turn, the AM, and I'll report back soon.